Okay, so let's quickly review how to find the volume of a cone. So first, let's write down our formula. It is basically the area of the base, which I use a capital B to represent that, times the altitude divided by 3. So first things first, our base is going to be the circle right here. So in other words, I can write that as pi r squared, because that's how you find the area of a circle. I'm still going to multiply that by the altitude and then divide by 3. So what's next is I want to find out what the radius is. So radius is going to be half the distance of the circle, so that's going to be 5. So I'm going to say my radius is 5. So I'm going to go ahead and start plugging that in. Pi radius is 5. I will square that, times it by the altitude. Well, what is the altitude? The altitude is the height of the cone, so that's going to be 12. So just a friendly reminder, another word for altitude is height. They mean the same thing. And then last but not least, I'm going to have to divide by 3. Before I do this, I want to go ahead and expand 5 squared. So that's going to be pi times 5 times 5 times 12 divided by 3. Here, I notice I can cross cancel. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to divide 3 by 3, which is 1. 12 divided by 3 is 4. So I'm multiplying straight across. I'm going to get 5 times 5 is 25, times 4 is 100. So I'm going to get 100 pi as my final answer. So I would say the volume of the cone is 100 pi. Now let's take a look at this example here. Again, I notice we have a cone, so I'm going to use the volume of a cone, which is going to be the area of the base, which I use a capital B for that, times the altitude divided by 3. Here my base is a circle, so I'm going to go ahead and replace capital B with the area of a circle, which is pi radius squared times the altitude, still going to divide it by 3. Now here, let's take a look. I need to figure out what my radius is. Let's see. Here, since the diameter is 10, that's the whole length of the circle, I would say the radius, which should be just half of it, would then be 5, because I would take half of 10. So I would get 5 here. And then, so let's start plugging that in. I have equals pi. My radius is 5, so I'm going to plug that in, square it, times the altitude. Well, what's the altitude? The altitude is the height of the circle. So right now, it does appear as if it's on its side. So if you want to, you can kind of redraw it like so. And then you would see that the height would be 15. So I'm going to write 15 as my altitude. And last but not least, you got to make sure you divide by 3. Now I'm going to go ahead and expand the 5 squared. So that's going to be pi times 5 times 5 times 15 divided by 3. I can cross cancel the 3 and the 15. Both a 3 can be used to reduce these fractions. So 3 divided by 3 is a 1. 15 divided by 3 is a 5. So here I'm just going to multiply straight across. 5 times 5 is 25. 25 times 5 is 125. So I would get 125 pi. So my final answer would then be the volume of the cone is 125 pi. So hopefully these examples of cones helped. If not, feel free to email me anytime and I'll be more than happy to add some more videos for you. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.